Did droids and lightsabers just get more affordable at Batuu West? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and you know what? We had some price changes pop up today over at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for Disneyland. And weirdly, not for Batuu East in Disney World. Now, this isn't a glitch. I had this verified by someone in the parks as of a few minutes ago, like literally within the hour. Somebody is there on the ground asking and double checking and confirming these prices. And it's crazy. I'm going to go over those in a second. But first, the other day I noticed something else while I was looking at the menus, like I often do. I check the menus to see for updates, to see what's new. And Oga's Cantina at Disneyland has a couple new items. Check it out. Now, the Dantooine Tonic is brand new. The Batuu Wilds Bounty is brand new. Cecid Seltzer is just new to me. I didn't notice that the last time, but apparently it's been there for at least like a month or two. I guess it was there the last time I visited in November. But these two, Dantooine Tonic, Batuu Wilds Bounty, are brand new. And I've got some pictures to show you. But first, let's read what they are. The Dantooine Tonic is a Del Maguey Vida Mezcal. So it's mezcal. It's going to be like a smoky kind of tequila-ish flavor. Passion fruit syrup, ginger beer, and lime. So it's basically a mule. It's like a mezcal mule with passion fruit this time. I like that. It's simple. It's simple, but I like it. I noticed that price of 18 bucks seems kind of steep. I do remember the drinks not being that expensive. They were like 16 and 17, but 18 seems steep. Next up is a food item called Batuu Wilds Bounty, which is pastrami-infused whipped cheese. What? Pastrami? So is it cheese or is it pastrami? Like, is it cheese that has pastrami in it, or is it pastrami that has cheese in it? Mustard seed spheres, pastrami chervil, I don't know what that is, pickle ribbons, and pickle salt served with warm focaccia bread. Okay, that sounds delicious, minus the mustard. I'm not into mustard. Cecid Seltzer is a tropical orange hard seltzer, pineapple orange hard seltzer by Garage Brewing. Okay, let's take a look at some of these pictures. The first one I'm going to show you is the one on top of the list, the Dantooine Tonic. Now, ooh, there we go. Dantooine Tonic is a Del Maguey Vida Mezcal passion fruit syrup. Look at it. It looks very similar to the Outer Rim. In fact, it's served in a very similar glass, and it's got a little bit of rim. Is that tahini? I see some red spice on there. Now, this photo came to us from Ashlyn V over in our Galaxy's Edge Foodie Batooties food and drink group that we started. So we have Facebook groups for all the different parts of Galaxy's Edge. We have them for Galactic Star Cruiser. We have just Galaxy's Edge tips and tricks. We've got lightsaber group. We have a droid group. We have Batuu Bounty Hunt. We have one just for food and drinks, which is where this picture came from. And so thank you very much, Ashlyn. Now, in that same group, we've got Chris Phillips, who sent me these pictures today. He's the one verifying, actually, the pricing over at Droid Depot and Savi's, which we'll get into in a second. But he's there just, this is a few, like not even an hour old picture. But this is the pastrami dish. There's a seltzer on the top. And it looks good. I don't know about $18 good, but it does look good. Here's another kind of closer look. You can see, take a look at that. We see the pastrami. You see it's on top of like a cheese, and there are those little like mustard seeds kind of everywhere. Very interesting. Here's one more close up. There we go. Oh, you can see the pickle ribbons. Look at that pickle ribbon on the bottom there. Okay. Pastrami. There's the mustard seeds, and it's all on like a hummus-like texture of cheese on the bottom. Whoa. That is interesting. I don't know that I would like the mustardy stuff. That's the only thing I'm a little afraid of. I like cheese and I like pastrami, but I don't like mustard. So, yeah. But thanks again to Chris Phillips for sending that. And it's like I was... This whole thing, looking at the menus, comparing them, it kind of sent me down a rabbit hole of looking at East versus West and stuff that they've got. Like, for example, so on my, this side here, this one that I'm pointing at, this is Batuu West Disneyland. And then this side over here, where am I? This side over here is Disney World Batuu East. And just notice there's a little price difference. The Rancor flight at Disneyland over here is $86. While here in East, the Rancor flight is $85. Dollar difference. The other thing I noticed is the beers are not the same. They're different beers. Gamorrean Ale's the same. I think that's the only one, maybe. Bad Motivator is the same. The Bad Motivator's down here for $14.25. And then at East, it's up here for $13.75. So it's actually cheaper in Orlando than it is in Disneyland. But then when you look at White Wampa, they don't have White Wampa over there. they have Trandoshan down here, and they've got Gold Squadron there. Well, Disneyland has Black Squadron up here. It's all very interesting. So it sent me down this like ridiculous rabbit hole looking at the different food and drink options at Disneyland, and that's got to become its own separate video comparing what does East have versus what does West have, what's exclusive to where, what's different, and what prices are higher on each coast because they're all over the place. I went down a crazy rabbit hole, so stay tuned. That video is going to be coming up soon. But the big point of today is I wanted to talk to you guys about Droid Depot price and Savi's lightsaber price. This is crazy. So a couple months ago, they increased the prices on these things again. You can see right here, $119.99 per astromech, $120 per astromech. They went up finally from $100 to $119. These had not increased in a long time. So I took that picture earlier at 344. WDW, that is Disney World. That is from their mobile app, okay? That's from their mobile app. Now we go to Disneyland, and they've got this on their screens today, $99.99. Can you believe that? The price was up about a month. When I went in November, it was $119. It went up for both coasts at the same time a few months back. It's back down at Disneyland. We don't know if this is going to last a long time. We don't know if it's only for a couple weeks. Cast members can't tell you that. Nobody on the internet can tell you that. I promise you that. Nobody's going to be able to give you an answer if that's your question. But just know that for the time being, that is the price. And I was curious. I was like, well, is this a mistake? Was that, did they mean to do that? So I went to that's from their app. I'm like, well, it's in the app too. And I was like, well, let's go to the website. And so here we've got the website. This is for Disney World. You can see there Walt Disney World on the sides what it says. And these show up as our pricing on here somewhere. There we go. $119.99. Okay. Now we go to the Disneyland website. This one's specifically Disneyland Park. You see right there. And the pricing for these on their website now says $99.99. So, I mean, they're confirming it. It is correct. It is like right there in your face, $99.99, no denying that. Now, that got me curious about Savi's lightsaber, so I started poking around their website, and this, you can tell by the map here, and it does say Disney World, right there, Disney World Resort. See Disney World Resort. Now, we scroll down to the bottom here, and this says $249.99. Now, that's normal. That's what it went up to. It went up to $219 sometime last year, and then in the same year, it went up again. When they increased prices on the Droid Depot, they increased prices on Savi's to $250. So that's what it's been for at least a few months now, $249.99. Now I go over to the Disneyland website. You can see it's Disneyland on there. It says Disneyland Park right here. This is the map for Disneyland. And we go to the price here. Oh, where'd it go? And it is $219 again. $220 per saber. So the price dropped $30 sometime in the last couple weeks. We don't know why. We don't know how long this is going to last, but it's a good thing. It's just like now's your, especially now that Disneyland has all 4 brand new lightsaber themes. Like all the protection, defense, peace and justice, elemental nature, power and control are all new at Disneyland. While East, I believe East as of right now, only has peace and justice and power and control. They might have elemental nature. I don't remember. I've seen conflicting reports. Someone said they did, and then I saw another menu they showed recently that was like, nope, the only 2 new ones are peace and control, and I'm sorry, power and control and peace and justice. Meanwhile, protection and defense and elemental nature are still old. So if you want that Rancor tooth, for right now, East is the only place you can get it, and who knows how long that's going to last. So it is kind of funny that East hasn't updated, but they're charging more, while West, Disneyland, just knocked the price down, even though they've got all the new stuff. None of this is making any sense. It doesn't make any sense why they would do that. Why the price? I mean, the only thing I can think of is Disneyland, because it's such a locals park, you don't get as many people booking for droids and lightsabers. The reservations aren't as scarce. Disney World, which has more people coming in from around the world, around the country, it's a bigger, more busy destination in that respect. It's not as much of a locals park. It's a lot of big tourist park. Those reservations go quick. People have a difficult time getting a Savi's reservation at East. Meanwhile, at Disneyland, I could book one right now for today at 6 o'clock in the evening if I wanted. I could do a walk-in. You can't really do that in Disney World most days, depending on how busy. Don't expect to be able to do that. But they're charging... That's the only reason I think they might be charging more, is because it's more of a harder thing to get at East, where at West it's more of like, we're not always busy, so come on in. Maybe knocking the price back down to the old raised price might drum up a little more business. I don't know. It's all speculation. But what's not speculation is that the prices have dropped, and the prices at both coasts are all over the place. The alcohol thing, I can understand them being different because of different taxes on alcohol in different states. You know, that's going to differ, as well as sales tax on top of that. But we'll get into that, the food differences and the drink differences, in another video. But for now, guys, I want to know your thoughts. Do me a favor. Share this video in all your Facebook groups, Reddit groups, Twitter, wherever. Hit the little share button. Let people know that at Disneyland, right now, that's the place to go build your droid. That's the place to go do your lightsaber build at Savi's if you're into that kind of thing, because the prices are way low. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark.